Hello, everybody, and I want to welcome everyone to this episode of The Booze Geek. My name is Chuck, and I am your host. And before I get started, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And if you like the episode, well, hit the like button too. Give us a big thumbs up, and I'm going to thank y'all in advance. But on tap on this episode, we are tasting and reviewing a beer from Bottle Logic Brewing, and they are located in Anaheim, California. So we're going to Anaheim, and we're not going to Disneyland. Ha! Ho! 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 Anyways, what's the beer? Well, this is the beer. So from Bottle Logic, this is their Hanamachi Black. So a while ago, I reviewed their original Hanamachi, and please, I invite everyone to go check out the review of that beer. And to make it easy for you, I'll leave a link in the description section down below. But what's the Hanamachi Black? What's the difference? Well, both of them are rice-based beers, so they're brewed with rice and they're brewed with malt. However, the original is brewed with rice and Pilsner malt, while in this version, they brew it with rice, but they swapped out the Pilsner malt for a dark roasted malt to give it a different color and flavor and a whole bunch of stuff, presumably. So, yeah, that's the difference. So this beer, in essence, is a dark rice lager, and this beer clocks in at 5.5% ABV, and it's got a relatively low IBU of only 15. So, with all that, without further ado, let's crack the top on this Hanamachi Black, and let's have some fun. Here we go. Boom, boom. 1, 2, baby. 1, 2. 1, 2. Ooh, a little bit of smoke. Oh, yeah, it's smoking. It's smoking, smoking, Joe, smoking. Oh, yeah, see. Dark malt. Dark color. Yeah, absolutely. Color-wise, oh yeah. It's not black. It is a dark, dark ruby mahogany. Yep, there is a red tint to that one, absolutely. And on the foam-wise, carbonation, half veil finger of slightly copper tone-esque carbonation. And not the sunscreen. Ha! Ho! Man, I'm on a roll. But anyways, let's give this one a swirl, and let's give this Hanamachi Black a nose, and let's see what we got going on. Yeah. Nose number 1, baby. Oh, okay. Well, interesting enough, we are getting some grassy notes, but we are also getting some slight bitter coffee. Some slight cocoa. A little bit of hazelnut too. Oh, and one more quick nose. A slight burnt toast-esque aroma is coming through. But the moment of truth. So let's give this one a sippity sip and yeah, see what we got going on. Hanamachi Black, here we go. Prost! Prost, baby. Well, first and foremost, I thought this was going to be a heavier body beer, but it's not. I'm going to say it's medium, but it's definitely on the lower spectrum of a medium body beer. I mean, the needle, it's flickering between light and medium. It's not overly heavy. Let me give it another sip here. Flavor-wise, what do we got? Well, some slight dark red fruit is coming through. Uniquely enough, very interesting. But also, a hint of that bitter coffee is coming through. And a little bit of cocoa powder. And I'm going to give this one more. Well, maybe I'll give it 2 more. Who knows? But at least 1. There's a little bit of a nuttiness coming through. Well, I'm not going to pin it down and say it's specifically hazelnut like it was on the nose. I'm just going to say it's kind of a generic nuttiness. And yeah, it's kind of on the back end. you're getting a little bit of that burnt toast, that bitter burnt toast is kind of hanging around. But what's really interesting, I mean, well, the beer drinks extremely dry. It's a very, very dry beer. And it's almost like a combination, I mean, or a mishmash of a rice lager and a German-style Schwarz beer, which is a dark lager. So it's kind of like somewhere in the middle. You know, if you took a rice lager and a Schwarz beer, threw them together, this is what you'd get. Really interesting and really unique. I don't think I've ever had a beer like that combination. So yeah, it is really unique. What would I give this on the pint-o-meter? Well, I'm going to give it one more sip first. Keep you in suspense. Let's go one more sip. I'm going to give this beer an 8. Yeah, I'm going to give this an 8. It's a unique combination. It's got some nice aromas. Granted, some of them could be bumped up just a little bit, but it does have some nice flavor coming through. But once again, to reiterate, it does drink very, very, very dry. So with that, I'm going to take one more quick sip. And yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. And I want to thank everyone for tuning into this episode. And as always, you can follow me at the websites, which are www.pubsapapineton.com, or the blog, which is www.pubsapapineton.blogspot.com. I'm going to slow that one down a little bit. And with that, we will see you on the next episode. And I want to thank you all for joining in. So I'm raising that pint, baby. See you next time. Cheers, PROST, and enjoy.